Alright, so the 3.2 special program did just end, and so we do have the anniversary and my usual recap that I'm here to bring to you guys. There are some things I forgot to screenshot, which is literally just two things. There was two things I forgot to screenshot, but I will mention them in the order it was shown for pretty much. So yeah, before I get to the video, if you guys found this video helpful, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. Be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell icon for future videos like this, along with all the types of hard content, and let's just get straight into it. So as we do know, 3.2 is coming soon as the next update. So in the beginning, they did have the Castorice shot and then fading to the Anaxa shot, you know, the usual stuff they do, you know, it's nothing really out of the ordinary. Then we do have the new story, and we are getting new areas, as it does show here. They did show a few shots here, and it does look very, very nice. I do like how it looks. It's very, 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 very beautiful. But Euphoria so far has been pretty beautiful, so, you know, it's pretty expected. But this is going to be under the moon, so it's going to be really cool. You know, the moon haunts you. I'm brain rotted, sorry. Anyways, so we do get new mechanics such as this, where we're going to need to use it to actually go across, because, you know, we can't actually touch this. So new map brings new map mechanics, so that's going to be nice to do as well. And we do have the new boss. I don't know if you guys saw anything about this, but this is going to be an HP related boss where you have to attack things on the side, and it's going to be super tanky. You have to get it down. HP drain is going to have an advantage in this. They are actually using Blade, which is, you know, turbo based. Honestly, one of the first times I've seen them use a full, proper, actually usable comp. So, honestly, big W's there. So, I really hope this boss isn't going to be super cringe for Zero Cycling, because I like the Zero Cycle a lot. So, if this boss gets a bit annoying, it's going to be cancer, and I don't know how hard he's going to be overall. So, let's hope it's not too cancer to deal with. We do have another part of the other new map. You know, I thought this was actually something we already had in-game. But, little thing here, looks like we got to rotate this to, you know, get past. Maybe, probably not, actually. They just kind of just showed this. So, there's that. And then we do have the new unit, Castorice, who is the first half. And then Anaxa, who is the second half. So if you guys have been living under a rock, that is the 3.2 units, these two right here. And followed by that is going to be the most hype thing that people do like, is actually the banners. So as I did mention, the first half is Castorice, the 4 stars are Pela, Gallagher, and Lynx. If you don't have Gallagher E2 or higher, that's going to be great. Pela doesn't really get too much from dupes, but it's still good. Lynx, you know, if you're an earlier player, you still probably are using Lynx. She can work, but later on, you definitely want to replace her. And if we take a look at the actual 4-star Lycons, you know, post-op's always a good Lycon to have multiple of, especially at S5. Getting an S5 Pearls Lycon is great, and this Lycon is practically only really used on Acheron as far as I can remember. So, Lycons, actually pretty solid. 4-star lineup, actually pretty solid, so that's good. And then the reruns is as indeed the return of the triple reruns, being Fugue, Jiaoqiu, and Acheron. Very, very stacked update, because I know a lot of people definitely do want Fugue. On top of that, already wanted Castorice, because, you know, Fugue, a lot of people did skip. And now a lot of people realize that they probably shouldn't have, because they really need the RMC for other things. And now they can't use Harmony Trailblazers, so Fugue's the only other option. A lot of people also skip Jiaoqiu, which is Acheron's best partner, so a lot of people definitely probably will pick him up, or maybe his E1, or maybe even his Lycon. And then to top it all off, to just kill everyone, they bring out the Acheron rerun at the same time. So if people want the Lycon, especially if you want to get to that E2, it's just that much harder now, so it's definitely going to be a rough part for anyone that may be an Acheron fan, or especially a Break fan with a few reruns, so definitely good luck on that. And then the second half is none other than Anaxa, with the 4 stars being Danheng, the original one, Serval, and Moze. 4-star lineup is okay, I guess. Danheng, practically useless. Serval with the Herda is good, but other than that, useless. And then Moze can be good on the follow-up team. And then we do have the Lycon with the Trend Lycon returning, which still can be used. The Charmony Falls, I think it was called Lycon, which is pretty good for Erudition Break. And then the Mole's Lycon, which is whatever. And the rerun is the GOAT, Dr. Ratio. He is finally returning since 1.6. Won't be free this time around, unfortunately. But if you are interested in getting his Lycon or any dupes in him, then there you go, you can finally have the option. And then take a look at one of the first events. We do have this event called CO Slammers, so it's just, I do have a few screenshots here. It's going to be this thing. I heard this event was going to be relatively long, and yeah, you kind of just have this thing. You can kind of pull back on your little whatever the hell that thing is, and then just have it shoot, and I guess you want to drain their HP to get them to 0. You can also get buffs, so there is that as well. We do have the Morning Starlit, which is pretty much just going to the event, kill as much things as possible in low cycles. We obviously will have more modern characters to use as trial, so you just kill as much as possible, get as much buffs, and then you get to the actual stage where you want to get as many points as possible to get the best reward. We did have an event really similarly to this very recently, if I recall correctly. I think we did have this in 3.0, so it's going to practically work similar to that. We do have a really nice quality of life where we can auto salvage 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, or below relics. So when you do runs, it will just automatically salvage those and only will save the 5-star you do get. So that's going to be nice, save you some time on salvaging. We also do actually have smart discard, which this is really all the info they give us. They said they'll show more, so if you want to read this, then you get the idea what it's for. They do say they'll have more info about the feature later, so I'm just going to choose to wait for that. So there's that as well. We do have the Star Rail World event, which is going to be similar to what we did have last year, where we just kind of had like that train event where you just kind of go around the map, except this time it's obviously differently. I did screenshot this weirdly. You can see some rewards down here you're able to get. You know, you do build up money, have that go around, and you know, they didn't really talk about it too much. Different stuff you can select, stuff just goes on, and then you do get a new Lycon, which is going to be Air Edition. Is actually a really good free-to-play option for Anaxa, so if you're interested in Anaxa and you can't get his Lycon, this is an option you can use as well, so look out for that, especially since it is also very much, you know, free. And then we do have some rewards. You know, we are in the anniversary, so the Gift of Odyssey is going to be replaced with the festive gifts, which is going to give us double the rewards, so up to 20 pulls rather than the original 10 pulls we will get, so that's nice. We are able to practically just get a free multi and 10 fuel just like we did last year right away. It's going to be on the 26th. So, and you can also just choose one of these characters, not to get, unfortunately, but to rather give you a message, as it does say as well. Choose one companion from below to send you the 2-year anniversary blessing with Stellar Jade 1600 and Field times 10. So you choose one and they'll be the ones to send it to you. Personally, I'm probably going to choose Blade or maybe Welt. Let me know what you guys are going to pick. And we do have Planet Fisher, and this is where I did forget to screenshot one of the ones. We have 300% Planet Fisher, and we do also have 300% Realm of the Strange, meaning we do have 300% drops for the actual relic sets in caverns as well. I forgot to screenshot that, so do note that. We have the annual Blaze report here, so it's going to be a review event that we already had. You know, you go through it, you see what happened, what you used this year and all that stuff, so there's that as well. If you're interested, we're having the concert stuff, you know, the stuff that happens in Shanghai. We usually get this pretty often, so that's going to be another thing. If you are interested, to look out for that as well. Whether you perhaps can live in Shanghai, go there, or maybe just watch a replay online, there's that as well. We do have this collab thing, which I didn't really pay too much attention to, I'm not gonna lie. Also a creator event with, you know, these two as the professors, quote unquote. They'll probably talk more about this later. You know, it's a competition. Little recap of some of the stuff I did just talk about. You know, we get 20 pulls as a login, free multi here, the live, the world event, the data review, and then the Planet Fisher and Realm of the Strange 300%. And probably the hypest news of the stream, we are getting a free limited character, being either Luocha or Ruan Mei. So rather than picking a free standard character like we did last year, this time we are going to be able to just get a free limited one of the two, here being Luocha or Ruan Mei. Luocha's value is definitely skyrocketing again because he's one of the best to offset the HP drain of the HP drain meta, while Ruan Mei is still the meta break support. And if you already have Ruan Mei, getting E1 is such a big jump, especially for break characters as well. So for people that don't have E1 Ruan Mei already, it's going to be great. Personally, I'm probably going to pick Luocha because, you know, Luocha is one of my favorite characters, and I have no dupes in him, while I already do have Ruan Mei E1, and I really don't care to get E2. So massive W there. And if you guys were unaware with the info circulating around, this stuff did end up being true, where you're able to actually get this material where if you pull someone that is already E6 that is a 5-star, it's going to be converted to this, and you can get one of these. Every 2 you get is able to be turned into 1, and you can use one to get a 5-star character at the shop. And as it did say, and the info going around, it is indeed true. Standard characters are getting an update, and there's going to be 3 of these, as you do see, being added to the standard pool that you can customize and choose up to 7. Zele, Blade, and Fushuan will now be in the standard pool, probably meaning they probably will not be getting another banner. So unfortunate for anyone that wanted to target these guys, but now you can potentially lose your 50-50 to them, so that's going to be good. Personally, I'm definitely going to put all 3 of these onto the field. Probably going to keep up Welt, Bronya, And honestly, I might just keep Bailu just because I need one more for E6. So, and then the last option, I have no idea. So, very, very nice there. And yeah, as I did say, you can choose up to 7 non-featured 5-star characters. So, 7 out of 10, because now we already had 7 previously, and now we have up to 10, and you can choose 7 of those. The materials mentioned previously, we do get Lycon memory shards, so you can use that to get a free limited 5-star Lycon. We do got Rohan Maze, Blades, and Zayla is listed here, so that's going to be great. And then you can also buy the standard one, so that's good as well. And we do have this thing, which is a spending event where you get a certain amount of Oniric shards, which is the ones you do buy. Also, the first time top-up bonus is refreshed, like always. So you use those, and you can get Lycon memory shards. You can get a golden companion spirit if you are actually going to be able to use the spending event. Unfortunately, this is paid only, so if you're free to play, unfortunately, you will not get the access to this. You start talking about mainly stuff in like 3.8, where we do have more segments closely tied to Trailblaze missions, so that's something to look out for lore. We also are going to be getting a new trailer with characters related to what we did have in the past. So, you know, we do have Jingwan and Jinglu here, we have Acheron here, and a very, very interesting thing, this is the one I meant at 3.8, beginning of finality mission, which is pretty much going to be going over what was cut out in the Penacona story. Because apparently for Penacony, the story definitely left out a lot, and they acknowledge this, and so they're actually going to be filling in what we did miss because they weren't able to fit in everything in the Penacony story in the time frame. So this is going to be side stuff related to what IPC was doing, I think. More actual lore on the lore and such, so big thing to look out for anyone that's interested in the lore. And yeah, as it also does say, the true ending of White Knight. And the last thing of this whole recap I want to talk about is the old character buffs. I forgot to screenshot this. Is confirmed. They did mention Silverwolf, Blade, and Jinglu to actually be getting a buff. So this is confirming that they will be getting buffs. So that's a big thing to also look out for. But yep, that is practically the entire recap. You know, a bunch of stuff. Mainly Big W that we're getting a free character, because, you know, free character always good, especially because they're limited. Reruns are pretty brutal, so good luck if you are going for this. Thankfully for me, I just need Castorice and Anaxa, so I'll be pretty set. But let me know what you guys think about this update. Are you guys hyped for all this stuff? And peace out.